welcome to episode 51 of the Fast Heart Mart podcast. I'm your host, Fast Heart Mart. If you want to know why I'm called Fast Heart Mart, just look it up. Are you a zombie yet? Did anybody turn into zombies? I hope not. I hope nobody turned into a zombie today. Whoa. I didn't. I don't think I did. I definitely heard the broadcast thing on my phone. I didn't turn off my phone or anything. But while people are getting in, I'm going to play a song. This one's called What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blooming for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of all these people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, asking, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blooming for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, a bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of all these people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, asking, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Well, like I said, this is episode 51 of the Fast Heart Mart podcast. Is there going to be a zombie apocalypse? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to confirm this is going live here. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from anybody yet today on the chats. Maybe it's just one of those days. Maybe everybody's a zombie right now. I don't know. But hopefully this is live. We'll see. I'm going to check YouTube. I usually do that at first, but forgot to do it. Like I said, I've said this in the previous episodes, but flying this, running this podcast is like flying a helicopter. I think it might be easier to fly a helicopter than run this podcast sometimes because there's so many buttons to push. And if you could see my feet, I've got a whole pedal board full of pedals and stuff here down here. And let me jack up the mic back to no ambience on that microphone. Looks like Jamie Shadowlight was calling me on the phone, which the phone is being used right now for the camera, so I can't answer that. I'll talk to you later, Shadowlight. I'll call you later. She's probably trying to tell me that there's technical problems or something, and because now my computer is freezing up, I guess. It's like not showing. Yeah, it looks like it's live. Okay. So say hi if you're out there. Say hello if somebody's out there. I haven't heard anybody in the chat yet. But there was something from, I guess, FEMA today, launch day. My mom and dad are out there. Hey, mom and dad. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm glad you guys are there. That means the show is live. Thank God for my mom and dad. Anyway, and they're still alive, and they're not zombies, too. So that's good. But there was a thing there was this thing today. Apparently, it was a FEMA. It was a caution. What was it? An alert. It was an alert that came through everybody's phone, and some people were concerned because it was supposed to go on for like 2 hours or something. And we all know what we're all pretty scared of FEMA, right? FEMA's like pretty suspicious stuff, even though God bless them. I know they've helped a lot of people out, but they also, anyway, I'm going to try not to say anything too outrageous today. I'm not in the mood for it, I guess. I'm feeling pretty mellow. Been on this positive thinking kick, which is I was kind of reluctant to put out the whole vibe about a zombie apocalypse today. I didn't want to think that I was being negative. It's so hard, though, to be negative. Sometimes it's really funny. It's really funny to be negative. And I think maybe that's why I've had such a hard time having more of a positive outlook. I don't want to look like some kind of dork who's just positive all the time and fake. I'd like to have a good life, though, and be happy and stuff. But not at the expense of being unrealistic and fake. So anyway, I've been delving more into the power of positive thinking, which I have for a long time, but I've just gotten more into it recently and what it means, to think positively. And then when you think of a zombie apocalypse, that's not a super positive thing to think about. So I was reluctant to put it out there, but I have half of my friends are conspiracy theorists and half of my friends are not. And half of my friends had no idea there was a possibility of a zombie apocalypse today. And the other half of my friends were like telling me to turn off my cell phone from the hours of like 11 to 2 or something. And I didn't do it. I just was like, I'll just be honest, man. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. And I don't mean to sound negative, but let's just get this over with. If there's going to be a zombie apocalypse or whatever there's going to be, let's just do it now. Why wait? Let's just go ahead and do it. And I think we kind of all feel that way, which is scary, actually, because I think a lot of us are just kind of, we're exhausted from thinking about the ramifications of what could possibly happen. And probably not a good idea to think about what could possibly happen. It's probably better just to, I don't know, man. Then we live in a democracy, though. We're supposed to be the power to the people. The people are supposed to be informed and making informed decisions for themselves and for the world. So you can't just bury your head in the sand and not pay attention to the soap opera that is politics now. So it's a delicate balance. As you know, I always try to find the common ground amongst all the camps because I like to kind of move freely about all the camps if I can, if they'll have me. I like to hear what each of the camps has to say because let's face it, there's a bunch of camps now. Before the pandemic, there wasn't a whole lot of like camps. It was like everybody was just kind of cool with each other, I think. until Donald Trump came along. And again, I'm not anti-Trump or anything. It was just like when Donald Trump came along, people started to be really against him, and which is fine. That's their right. I get it. I get it. I don't. Have anything against those people. I wasn't against them, but I wasn't necessarily for them either. Anyway, that's not what I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk about the fact that the world is in many camps. There's so many different camps, and some of the camps today thought there was going to be a zombie apocalypse of some kind through the cell phones. The cell phones were going to emit these frequencies with this FEMA Emergency Broadcast alert, and that signal was going to activate something in the graphene oxide from the MAGA jabs, the Donald Trump warp speed MAGA jabs that a lot of people got. And I know a lot of people were forced to get them. In fact, I was on the phone with my friend last night in South Carolina. I don't know if he wants me to tell him his name, but he was telling me he got the MAGA jabs because he had to for his job. And a lot of people had to, and they didn't really want to. And that's why I was so vocal about it at the time, because I had the luxury of speaking out. I don't have a job where they were forcing me to do it. I work at a lot of farmers markets and random places, so I didn't have to do it, thank God. But that was the idea, that this emergency broadcast was going to emit a frequency that would enact something in the injections, graphene oxide, I think specifically, to turn people into these zombies. Or maybe they already did. Maybe people are just going to slowly turn into zombies. I don't know. Like I said, I hope everybody's fine. That's the thing. I don't want anybody to be hurt, and I don't think most people do. Most sane people don't. So, yeah, that was kind of what was supposed to happen today, and it is Halloween season. So I thought, well, if there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, now was a good time to do it. But I don't think it happened, which is good. Let's hope it doesn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to think positively and stuff these days, and it's really wild, man. Your subconscious mind is really running your life. I realized this a long time ago, but what do you do to reprogram your subconscious mind? And that's the trick, is, as they say, your conscious is just the tip of the iceberg, just a little bit above the water. And the rest of it's a huge iceberg underneath the water is your subconscious. And that's the thing. You got to kind of reprogram the subconscious to change your life. If you want to change your life, you have to kind of sort of change your subconscious. And that's what I've been trying to do lately. And one of the ways you can change your subconscious, as far as I understand it, is visualizing what you want and pretending almost that you have it already, and acting like whatever you're trying to go for is already there. Pretending like things are there. Anyway, I have a feeling this might be one of the worst episodes I've done yet, because I don't actually have a whole lot to say today. I'm probably going to play mostly play songs and stuff. And as you know, the previous episodes, last 4 or 5, have been chock full of me ranting about things. So maybe it's better just to hang back, be chill today, and play some music for the zombies out there. I will play the song Zombie too by the Cranberries. I'll play that later. I feel like I should do a song of my own now. What am I going to do? I don't even have the list worked out. I'm going to do another guitar song though. What song do I want to do? A lot of these songs I just played recently on some of the other episodes. This is something I was kind of concerned about with this podcast, having it every week. Am I going to run the well dry with entertainment? Am I going to start getting boring for people? And maybe this will be one of those. I don't know. But I'm doing it without a safety net, so you can watch the whole thing. If I crash and burn, I'll do it right in front of your eyes, which is entertaining probably. I want to play a guitar song, but okay, I'm going to play this song called Haunting, okay? That's the song. It's not super positive, but it's not a negative song either. It's a song about trying to change your ways and having faith that you can change your ways, because you feel haunted, which, again, it's Halloween season. Some of us probably feel haunted right now, so this song is good for right now. This is a song of mine called Haunting. My thoughts are haunting me again. They woke me up this morning. I did not want to leave my bed, 'cause my thoughts are haunting me again. Like demons they were possessing, I wish they'd let me sleep. Like demons they were possessing, oh please just let me be. My heart can hardly catch its breath. My life feels like such a mess. Since I left you, my princess, my heart can hardly catch its breath. But 1 foot out, 1 foot in, I needed resolution. I 1 foot out, 1 foot in, I needed resolution. That great force made everything. Yes, I still have my faith. Her universe is providing. Yes, I still have my faith. Oh, I still have my faith. Oh, I still have my faith. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate it. Well, it looks like it's still only my parents out there in the chat anyway, so that's all right. That's cool. Some days are going to be busier than others. I'm going to try to do this podcast every week, like I said, for until March, I think. Or encoding overloaded, consider, what is it? Are things dropping out there? I don't know. I think everything's all right. Looks like things are fine. I'm going to try to do this every week, though, for until my birthday, which is March 7th. And then I'll reassess the situation, see what happens. But I want to get really good at this. Really bring an entertaining show every week somehow. But in a way that's really sustainable. I can't put too much time and effort into this. I got to let it fly. The subconscious, as we've been talking, the subconscious is very powerful. And if I can tap into my subconscious, I've noticed that my songwriting is better when I just let it flow. My songwriting is better, but sometimes when you're stressed out all the time and you have a lot of stress in your life, it's harder to get into the subconscious. So, Rosebud's here. Hey, Rosebud. Thanks for chiming in. It's good to hear from you. I think this is the first time that I know of that she watched this thing. So. Good to hear from you. We used to hang out at the up there in the Golden Gate Park for the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival. So it's at the Rose Garden, actually, which is funny because her name is Rose. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this going. And the subconscious is what I was talking about. The subconscious is very powerful. If you can get in a relaxed state. My mom says everything's good, no technical problems. I assume that's good. And yeah, just try to keep relaxed and stay in that relaxed state as much as possible, which is, pretty difficult probably in this world we live in. It's a stressful world we live in, I guess. Again, that's like a negative statement, I guess. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe we can just say it's the world is what it is. It's always been challenging, like I believe, and maybe it's no more challenging now than it ever was. I don't know. But I'm going to play a song called I Want to Be Sedated by the Ramones because It's a great song. Everybody can relate to the feeling of wanting being sedated, whether they've done heroin or not, which I have not, of course. But the Ramones, I think, were infamous for doing heroin, and God bless them, they kept it going and stuff like that. I've been studying a lot of Lemmy from Motorhead lately, and the way he was able to function, he functioned pretty well on. He had high amounts of alcohol and speed, and he lived to be 70 years old. And of course, not everybody can live that way, but Lemmy did from Motorhead, and the Ramones did. They, what I heard is the Ramones just kind of kept at it, and they kept just going and going, and I can relate to that as well with my music career. I just keep going, and whether I have to live in a Toyota Prius or whatever, I've just kept going, and that's what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do, and that's what I've done. And I want to do this. I want to do this podcast. I'm doing it, and it might be that one day I'll start doing it once a month because not enough people watch every week, but hopefully not. Try to keep the positive thoughts, and hopefully there's a lot more people out there than are chiming in or going to watch later. I was really surprised last week, all the people who chimed in afterwards. A lot of people supported that show, and I'll talk about that later, actually, after this song, I guess. When I talk about, I've got it in my notes to talk about supporters at the end. This song's called I Want to Be Sedated. Trying to get here. Gotta tune this guitar. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Oh, I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. No, oh no. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Oh, I wanna be sedated. Just get me to the airplane, put me in a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Oh, oh no. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Twenty, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Oh, I wanna be sedated. Put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. No, oh no. Bam, 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 bam. Wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. Wanna be sedated. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a whirlpool, put me in a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Oh no, oh no. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam. I wanna be sedated. Alright, thank you very much. Thanks. Alright, thanks a lot. So that was that song. That's probably the longest version of that song you ever hear. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to play some banjo, I guess, next. But I went on that little tangent about people who use drugs functionally, because some people do, and especially in the music business, of course. And it's just fascinating that some people can straddle the line of functional drug abuse. And I'm certainly not condoning that. I think kids should stay off drugs for sure, and everybody should, myself included. I stay away from all that stuff as much as possible. I have a few drinks here and there, but why do I always say stuff like that on here? But the reason I find it fascinating is because some people are able to straddle that line and take it, they find that limit, and they're able to find it. And Lemmy lived to be 70 years old, even though he drank a lot, and he smoked a lot, and he did a lot of speed and stuff, but he lived a rock and roll lifestyle, and he seemed like a really good guy, seemed like a really nice guy. And I guess some people are capable of doing that, and others are not, of course. Myself included. I have to get 8 hours of sleep every night, and I'm very sensitive to everything. A lot of times I don't get that great of sleep these days, and it's been tough, but I'm working on it. I got this mattress cover that cools me at night, and it's been working a little bit. I think it's been helping, and some other things, so. I'm going to do a song now that I wrote. It is called Hearts and Dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. And it's about that. My message to the world, and I've said this a few times before, maybe not on the podcast, but my message to the world is to follow your heart and your dreams and do what you're passionate about. And I think when you follow what's calling you and your highest calling, things just kind of work out. And I've done that for, like I said, I've been a musician for 24 years now. I've been doing this for 24 years. Be 25 years next year, which is like a silver anniversary or something. I had to do something special. And I've been following my bliss for a long time now, and I've kind of, there's been times where I've veered off the path a little bit here and there, but for the most part I've probably played at least one live gig every month for the last 24 years. Probably way more than that. On average, I've been playing 16 gigs a month or whatever. But for the last 24 years, I have been playing music and following my bliss and trying to do what I believe in. But I've gotten to a place lately where I feel like I need to get to another level, which is why I'm doing this podcast, actually, is because I want to warn people about zombie apocalypses. I'm just kidding. I don't really care about that. But, well, I do, of course. I mean, that would be really scary if that really happened. And I'm sure it could. Here's the thing. I try not to offend any of the camps. I don't want any of the camps thinking I'm alienating them, that any of their hypotheses about what's going on is complete trash, because it's anybody's guess at this point what's actually going on in the world and where we're going, where we're headed, and where we are. So that's why I always say that. I try to tread lightly for everybody. But I know I'm going to offend people, and I've definitely offended people. I've lost friends, offending people over the warp speed maga jab and all that stuff. It's so funny now that ivermectin has been approved by the FDA, I think, right, for the use of COVID, which I lost friends over that issue. It's so bizarre. Anyway, this song's about following your heart and your dreams and doing what you know is right. And I guess I've gotten to a place with it where I'm doing what I love, but I'm working a lot. I've been working really a lot I'm working really hard behind the scenes with the equipment for this podcast. Even this banjo has been a work that I've achieved. I've really gotten a good sound that I want with this banjo. But it was a lot of experimentation over the last 3 years. I had 4 or 5 different banjos, and this is the one that I think I'm going to stick with. But that's what I've been doing a lot behind the scenes, is like all this technical equipment stuff, trying to get all my equipment worked out so I don't have to think about that. I can just focus on the creative aspects of things, and the technical side is like it's in stone, or it's already there. I don't have to worry about it. So I've been trying to do that, and I'm trying to just get myself to another level with this music thing, whether that's through this podcast or a placement of one of my songs somewhere. I'm just trying to get to the next level, and this song's called "Follow Your Heart in Your Dreams." It's so different talking to nothing, to nobody. I mean, I know some people are out there listening. My mom and Rose, my mom and dad and Rose, are out there for sure. And I really appreciate that. But there's nobody in the room like listening, or usually somebody will like talk back to me or whatever, and I should be used to that by now, but I'm not, and I will be. By March, I'll have this thing. I'll have this vibe down. So, the song's called "Follow Your Heart in Your Dreams." People try and tell you what you gotta do, and don't you listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. I've been alive for a while now, and one thing that I know, you gotta listen to your heart if you're gonna protect your soul. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. People try and tell you what you gotta do, but don't you listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. Woo! People try and tell you what you gotta do. Don't listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. All right, thank you very much. Little known fact, that is one of the first songs I ever wrote for the banjo about 13 years ago. I think that might be the first real official song that I wrote for the banjo. Sorry about that, the reverb was still on. That was the first official song that I wrote for the banjo, called Hearts and Dreams. I started focusing on the banjo about 13 years ago because, I went through a breakup like 13 years ago with a woman in Albuquerque, and I needed something to do with that energy. that breakup energy, and I decided to focus on the banjo, and I did. And I've gotten pretty far with it. I would like to have been further along, but that's always true of anything. You always want to be better than what you are, and that's what keeps you going, I guess, and practicing and stuff. Let's see. Go ahead and please like this video. If you've made it this far, please like the video. I should have said that earlier. Maybe I did. I don't remember. And I've got some gigs coming up. I'll be at the Stone Brewery again on Friday the 13th of October from 7 to 9 p.m. up in Oceanside. That's the Stone Brewing tap room up in Oceanside, which is on, I can't remember, I think it's on Tremont. And I'll be there from 7 to 9, October 13th, Friday. And then I'll be at Hennessy's Tuesday, October 24th. I think that's 6 to 8. And then I am at Nate's Garden Grill on the 20th of this month. I'll be there twice on the 20th. Once for lunch from 12 to 2, and for dinner from 6 to 8. And this next song I'm going to play is called Norwegian Wood by the Beatles. Let's do that song. I just feel like I've gotten to a place with this podcast where now I've said so much recently. Recently, as if you watch those other episodes that I did previous to this one, I was saying so much that I hardly had time to play songs, and I even went to overtime. I probably won't go overtime today. I just don't have much to say today, and that's okay. Some days I feel like being funny, and I'm in like a funny mood, and some days I'm in like just an introspective, chilled out kind of mood. And doesn't mean I'm sad or anything. It just means just chill. You gotta chill sometimes. I've been working really hard lately, and I think that's part of it. I'm kind of tired, so that's what's going on over here. This song's called Norwegian Wood. I'm just gonna play a song. It's doing that thing again where the volume peaks out. I thought I had that fixed. I'll figure it out. Oh, I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. Yeah, she showed me her room. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood? She said, she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked round the room and I noticed there wasn't a chair. So I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. And we talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. Said that she worked in the morning, and she started to laugh. I told her I didn't, and I crawled off and slept in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I started a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood? I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. All right, thank you very much. What a nice audience here today. What a nice group of people here. Thanks y'all. Appreciate that. I wonder if that's if Rose. I think Rosebud might be another Rose that I know. I know two Roses, and one of them goes by Rosebud and the other goes by Rose Petal. So I get them confused. But thanks for tuning in, Rose, whichever Rose you are. How about I play Amazing Grace? I don't think I've ever played that on this podcast before. Oh no, I should do an original first. I'll do an original. As you know, I like to do one cover and then I do original. I won't do more than 50% covers because I'm a songwriter. I gotta have dignity and respect for myself. In fact, I think I've told this story a little bit before, but back when I first started out, people didn't really like you playing cover songs. They wanted to hear your originals and stuff. That was back in 1999, and yeah, people, they just wanted to. It was just different because people could hear cover songs on the radio and stuff and they didn't have, there wasn't digital downloads or no digital streaming and stuff yet. And so if people came to hear you play, they wanted to hear your material because the covers and stuff they could hear elsewhere. They had to hear what you had right then and there at the live setting, it was just a different time, a totally different time. And I'm proud of myself for sticking with it through such changes in the music business. I lived at a time, and I started at a time when it was a completely different business than what it is now. And in some ways, I've stayed in there, and I've made money and professionally, and I've been professional for full time exclusive musician for the last 7 years. So when you think of it that way, I'm really grateful and proud of myself to still be here doing this thing with you, this little podcast every Wednesday. Hopefully people get some solace out of hearing me talk to them every week. I guess I'll play a song now that I wrote called Special Star. I think I might have played this a few episodes ago, but it's one of my newer songs. It's about letting go of somebody that you care about and wishing them well, I've been listening to these positive thinking coaches, and a lot of them believe in this ether. They believe that we're all connected through an ether, almost like water, that we're in it. It transmits signals, this ether that connects us all and everything. And so when you think of somebody that's special to you that maybe passed away, or they broke up with you, or you broke up with them, but you still think of them and you miss them or whatever, one of these guys, and I can't remember his name, I'm exploring all these people right now that are into positive thinking and changing your subconscious and stuff. But this guy says whenever you think of an ex-lover or whatever, you just tell him, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. And when you do that, you're basically putting that vibe out there that you love them, and you don't mean them any harm, and that you're sorry it didn't work out, and just if you can forgive each other, And I like that. To think of that way, because I feel like when people come together that way, an intimate connection or a deep connection, and then it goes wrong, it's so often we just want to trash it and throw it away and pretend like it never existed, that connection never existed. But that's not really right. I don't think that really is the way to resolve it. I think you have to still nurture it and just be like, hey, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you, and just keep moving, All right, that's enough of that for me. I'll try to keep. All right, anyway. I wish that I could turn back time and fix this all with you. I know, sweetheart, I am not God. There's nothing else I can do. So I wish you well, my special star, wherever you are. As though you're not around anymore, it's still you I adore. It's still you I adore. I know now that you are gone, I did the best I could do, but I must let go of you somehow, so some other dream can come true. So I wish you well, my special star, wherever you are. Though you're not around anymore, it's still you I adore. Wish that you were always good to me. I'm sorry if I went crazy. If you ever wonder if I still think of you, I could answer easily. Probably way too much. Probably way too much. Wish that I could turn back time and fix this all with you. But I know, sweetheart, I am not God, and there's nothing else I can do. So I wish you well, my special star, wherever you are. Though you're not around anymore, it's still you I adore. It's still you I adore. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, like so often in my life, a lot of contradictions going on in my life. I think contradictions are typical for Pisces, which I am a Pisces. You're kind of like the two sides of everything. And I've been doing all this positive thinking and studying that whole stuff. But then on the other side, I've been listening to this book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. You know, the word, the F-bomb. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And the guy, he basically starts out the book with, he's basically like, what are we going to do? Just like sit and tell ourselves in the mirror like how positive and great we are and all this stuff. And he's basically the opposite end of the spectrum. And he's talking about Charles Bukowski, who I love Charles Bukowski, but who was not very, I wouldn't say he was a positive thinker. Even though there was a lot of positivity that came out of his work, I feel like he was pretty down about it. But yeah, that's been interesting. Just the duality of positive thinking and all your favorite entertainment is a lot of times not positive thinking and even my songs, a lot of my songs and stuff like that are not positive. I spent a long time trying to be funny and the negative and anyway. Let me thank my sponsors here, everybody who's been sponsoring me. I don't think I said this today, but last week, Dennis Driscoll. Thank you, Dennis, for sending in some Venmo. Let's see. Actually, let me check to see if anybody's sent anything today, too. Let's look. Don't think I got anything today. and that's all right because I got so much last week. But I did sell one of my microphones that. I sold a microphone though while this podcast has been on, which is cool. That's some money coming in. That's some money coming in. I got a good price for that microphone that I sold. I'm not using it. I haven't been using it, so trying to get rid of some gear. Hey, Spence is out there. Hey, Spence. Love Bukowski. Bukowski's the man. I love Bukowski. He's not necessarily a positive thinker, but he was a realist, and I love that, man. I love it when somebody's super real and they call out the BS for what it is, you know? I really do. I really appreciate that about him, and I struggle to go between that line and between the line of that and, like, you know, new age, like, kind of hippy dippy kind of stuff. Not hippy dippy, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you're out there, Spence. Good to hear from you, man. I hope J-Van's doing well. Anyway, I was gonna thank everybody from last week. Peter Dames chimed in and sent in a donation. My parents did. Jeff Storks, one of my previous banjo students, nice guy. He sent some money, and he told me about he's got a lot of accomplishments that he's done. He has a beautiful grandson, I think, a grandson or granddaughter. Anyway, grandchild that's super happy, and he was telling me about that because last week it was about celebrating the victories you've already won, which I thought that was the best episode yet. Episode 50 was a smash. So, hey, William Dorset's out there. Hey, Fast Heart Mart, tell your members about the meeting tomorrow. We have all the news coming and some activity groups. So there's a meeting tomorrow. I think it's down in City Hall, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know, Joey, if it's the one you're talking about down in City Hall. I can't make it. I'm going to be up in Oceanside tomorrow evening for a gig. But I think it's at City Hall tomorrow. Actually, I don't know what time it is. Tell me on here. Give me the details, man. Hey, looks like J-Van is out there too. Hey, William Joey Dorset, give me the details and I'll announce it on this thing so people can come out. It's William Joey Dorset basically is like the king of the buskers in San Diego. He's like the unofficial mayor of the buskers, and what a great guy. He's a painter. He does these amazing spray paint art, and he does all kinds of art, and he's amazing, and what an amazing guy. City Hall, 1 p.m. tomorrow. And the buskers are having some of their rights are being violated. They're lumping us in basically with a lot of the vendors, like hot dog vendors and stuff like that. So City Hall, 220 C Street tomorrow at 1 p.m. Go down there and support the buskers. The news is going to be there. I don't think I can make it. I got to leave for Oceanside. Man, I got an Oceanside gig at 5 in the traffic, man. I'll try though. I'm going to try to make it, but yeah, we're having some pushback against the buskers here and San Diego of all kinds, and I think we're going to win. I think we're winning. I went and spoke at one of the events recently, one of the meetings recently, and it sounded positive to me, like at least with in respect to Balboa Park. I think we're gonna get Balboa Park's gonna keep open to us. So I'm gonna play Zombie. I'm gonna finish with Zombie today. That's what I'll do. And if you guys have any future topics you want me to cover, then let me know. I know J-Van wanted me to cover the topic of what was it? Just basically staying. What did she say? I forget. But I wrote it down. I'll do that soon. I think this month is October. I'm gonna try to do like some Halloween kind of stuff, Halloween songs, and maybe some spooky stuff. I don't know. William Joey Dorset saying I can make it. Maybe I will, man. I'm gonna try my best. I'll try to get down there and speak, but I can't stay long. I got that traffic and stuff and I got a lot to do tomorrow. But I'll try, man. And thank you so much for everything that you do for us and the buskers here and the busker scene here in San Diego. That guy's great. Resilience is what J-Van wanted me to talk about. I'll talk about resilience, yeah, for sure. And I don't have any jokes today except for one about zombies. What do vegan zombies eat? Grades. Instead of brains, it's grains. That's an old one, I think. I didn't make it up, but let me get the laugh track for that. It's better. What do vegan zombies like to eat? Grades. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm going to play Zombie. I'm going to play the song Zombie, and that'll be it. I think the show's over. Thanks, everybody, for chiming in and tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to keep this show going at least till March. Today was sort of a slump. There's a little bit of a slump today, I'll be honest. But, hey, you win some, you lose some, right, people? And you just keep moving like I've kept moving for the last 24, 25 years. Well, Joey's saying I can make it, so I'm going to try. All right, here we go. This song's called Zombie by the Cranberries from the 90s, okay? And that'll be it for today, kids. Another broken heart is slowly taking over. The silence causes violence. We must be mistaken. But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. You're it, they're fighting with the tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. You're it, they're crying. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. Another mother's broken heart is slowly shaken. The silence causes violence. We must be mistaken. It's the same, all seen since 1916. You're here, they're fighting with the tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. You're here, they're dying. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. All right, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. That's the show for this week, and I'm glad nobody that I know of turned into a zombie. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that. And I will see you next week. Zombies or none, or if there's too many zombies, I won't see you next week, but I'll see you next week if there isn't.